Welcome back for episode 17 of From Success Principles to Properties. Today we are talking about rejecting rejection. So, as always, we like to give it a minute, let people log in, make sure we're live here, let YouTube tell you that we're here. And today, like I said, rejection. So what's that about? What's rejection about? So, if you have any questions about anything we've discussed over the last 16 episodes, drop a question, comment in the chat box. I will respond live, as well as if you're watching this on the replay, I'll check them on a daily basis and respond to anything you have to say. This series is based off of Jack Canfield's book, Success Principles. So it's a great book. Check it out on Amazon or any used bookstore. Google it, whatever you got to do. I highly recommend it. The book and the principles in the book have changed my life. I read the book, I applied the information in the book, and over time, one day at a time, I changed the way I think, I changed the way I acted, and started to become the person that I needed to become. And it's based on these 64 principles that have helped me out, and I want to share them with you so you can learn from my mistakes. And I'd like to cater this around real estate investing. I am a real estate investor, executive director of the Arizona Real Estate Investors Association. So, how I want to apply these principles, I'm going to read verbatim from the book, uh, things that Jack has said, give you my thoughts. And as we go, I'll just kind of figure out what real estate scenarios maybe I could put in front of you to show you what I've learned, maybe so you can avoid any hurdles, obstacles, or successes, that I've experienced. Hopefully, I could share them with you, so you can gain the momentum and traction within your real estate business as well, or whatever you're doing in life. So, once again, Executive Director Mike DelPrete here of the Arizona Real Estate Investors Association, and we have been serving real estate investors throughout the state of Arizona for 21 years. Our mission is to provide resources, networking opportunities, education, market updates, so our members can be successful as they change their life and their financial lives in real estate investing, as well as provide safe, clean, affordable housing to the citizens of the state of Arizona. So if you're ever looking to invest in Arizona, whether you're out of state, in state, we are a resource for you to help you build your real estate investing team, meet other like minded individuals, learn the proper way to invest in real estate. We are here for you. So go to azreia.org/calendar. You can check out all the events that we have. We have about 15 a month, and pick what works for you. Come say hi, come down to the office, or check out an online event like tonight. So tonight at 5:45. In December, we do our monthly meeting online. So it'll be 5:45 to about 8. We are going to have market news in Phoenix and Tucson. We're going to have networking. We're going to have the I Have session. We're doing an ugly sweater, ugly Christmas sweater contest, so you can win $100. So we do a lot of fun stuff. So thanks for being here. Thanks for jumping on. Like I said, 64 principles. They all build on top of each other. So I highly recommend going to episode 1 and coming all the way back to episode 17, and so you can get caught up. All right, so let me jump in. Rejection. I like to always read the quotes that they have in here. They're always very good. So we keep going back, stronger, not weaker, because we will not allow rejection to beat us down. It will only strengthen our resolve. To be successful, there's no other way. If you're going to be successful, you're going to need to learn how to deal with rejection. Rejection is a natural part of life. You get rejected when you're not picked on a team. You get rejected when you're not able to play. You don't get elected. You don't get accepted to a college. You don't get the job. You don't get the promotion. You don't get the raise. You don't get the appointment you requested. You don't get the permission you requested. You don't get the manuscript gets rejected. The proposal gets rejected. The new product gets rejected. The fundraising request gets ignored. Your design concept is no longer accepted, your application for membership is denied, and your marriage offer is not accepted, right? So there's all these rejections, there's all these situations in life that we deal with outside of our world of real estate investing, right? So how do we deal with that? I mean, we all get it every single day. So something we can maybe touch on this show is one main thing is like we market ourselves to directly to homeowners, right? And we write offers and we put cash offers and creative offers in front of homeowners, and pretty much 97, 99% of them get say no, right? So the more offers you write, the better chance you got of getting a deal. But you got to write these offers, but you're constantly getting rejected. So rejection is a myth. To get over rejection, you have to realize that rejection is really a myth. It doesn't really exist. It's simply a concept that you hold in your head. So think about it. If you ask someone out to dinner and they say no, you didn't have anyone to go out with dinner before that, anyways, right? Um, so the situation didn't get worse; it stayed the same. It only gets worse inside your own head when you're telling yourself, "Ah, I knew that was going to happen." My friend, my family member, they said it wouldn't happen. They just talk down on you, like the scenarios I gave in the earlier episodes of, when had an older cousin when I when I saw the the cemetery and some gravestones were big, some were small, and I was like, "Why are they big?" And he was just like, "Those are for rich people, and you're never going to be rich." So it's like, man, you're like 8 years old. You're like, okay, okay, it's pretty tough, crazy stuff. So, but like I said, it's you getting in your head. So rejection is a myth, and it's bad because you're telling yourself some false statement to justify the situation. So if you apply to Harvard for graduate school and you don't get in, you weren't in Harvard before you applied. You're not in after you applied. Again, it only gets worse if you make it worse in your own head. The truth is, you never have anything to lose by asking, and because there is something to possibly gain, by all means, ask. So Jack goes into uh, SW, 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 SW. So, which stands for some will, some won't, so what, someone's waiting. Well, that's pretty interesting. So if you're watching, have any questions about rejection or anything about Jack Canfield's book, Success Principles, feel free, or any real estate questions whatsoever. I've always, we just a couple days ago, like I said, we were talking about probate and how to find off-market properties. So I love real estate, so I will dive in and go off on a tangent if I can help you out in any way. So drop the questions. I'm here to help. Um, so some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. Some people are going to say yes, some are going to say no. So what? Out there somewhere, someone is waiting for you and your ideas. It's simply a numbers game. You have to keep asking until you get a yes. The yes is out there waiting. As his partner Mark said, what you want wants you. You just have to hang in there long enough to eventually get a yes. And I see that all the time in real estate investing. I hear it at AZREIA. When people are interested in real estate, wherever they see it online or whatever it is, everyone says go to your local RIA because they're the most credible and resourceful place in the country. So it's like you come here, you get the right information, affordable, and so we get a lot of people that come in through our doors. So people quit before they put in the work because I guess it's like the reasoning, like they come in here because they think if they close a real estate deal to buy a rental or buy a flip or do a wholesale deal, all their bills will be paid, life will be different, they could quit their job. It's not that easy, right? It's possible, right? I went through that process personally, but it took me a year to quit my job, right? And I did it with tremendous amount of effort, a coach, business partner, mentor kind of collaboration. And I had to put in the work and get the bruises and get back up and run it by the coach and the mentor and get, all the advice and obstacles to avoid. Like it was a process. So I think a lot of people can achieve financial freedom or achieve success in any way just to make, even if it's just making a $5,000 check in real estate. You really can do it, but people quit and they don't hang in there long enough. Right now, it like this. like a stat. I see what's coming up on the book, so it's like I can give you those stats. Like you got it. Robert Kiyosaki, if you ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad, he always says you got to evaluate 100 deals before you get a true profitable deal. That's still real today. In the wholesale world, it's like 80 to 90 offers. You got to call. Think about it. 80 to 90 people that want to have a true conversation with you, that truly want to sell their house, you got to write them an offer and present that to them. Not just like, oh, I want $1 million. Yeah, maybe I'll sell my house. Not that type of person. Yeah, I want to sell my house. Let's talk. You got to talk to 80 of those and give them offers. And you got to keep in touch with them, because when you're buying houses, this is a big sale purchase. It's a lot of emotions usually tied to it, right? We're in business, it's all numbers, so it's different for us. You got to follow up with them. You're not at the grocery store at the conveyor line or the cashier, and you're like, whatever, I want to grab a piece of gum, and you grab gum and throw it on the conveyor belt, make a quick impulse decision. This is like, hey, you're selling a 100, 300, $500,000 house. You got family involved, spouses involved. You got to follow up. I will say 80% of my deals happen on the follow up 6 months out. So keep that in mind when you're jumping in this business, or if you're slow on some deals right now, or if you've been around, you can agree, right? So so 81 no's, 9 straight yeses. So he has a lot of great stories in here, and I'm not going to dive deep into every single story, but I recommend getting the book and reading it, right? So because it had dramatically changed his life, a graduate from Self-Esteem Peak Performance Seminar, was volunteering in the evenings to call people to enroll them in an upcoming seminar he was conducting. The person made a commitment to talk to 3 people every night for a month. Many of the calls turned into long conversations with people asking tons of questions. She made a total of 90 calls. The first 81 people decided not to take the seminar. The next 9 people all signed up. So that led a 10% success ratio, which is a good ratio for phone enrollments. But all 9 enrollments came in at the last 9 calls. So what if they given up at the first 50 people? They would have never got those 9 signups, right? And this is so true. And I find this true in so many different ways in real estate. So how can I apply that to real estate? I will say, like, sometimes you make things up, like hour of power, like, you know what I mean? Or like at the end of the day, right? When I first started, or even a few years back, I would be calling from 4 to 6 or whatever it is, 3 to 6, 4 to 7. And it's like, you're literally, let's say you're going to stop at 6. It's 5:40 and you're like, no one's answering, no contact. If you blah blah, all this stuff's happened, and you're going, you're like, oh, I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me just get off now. What could possibly happen if I just stop calling right now, 10 minutes, 15 minutes early? No one's answering. I swear on everything, man. That last call at 5:59 answers the phone, and they talk to you for an hour, and you get an application, right? So it's like, don't know what it is. I just really don't know what to say. But I reading this book, going from the 80, like the true average. I don't care. Go ask any person online that does wholesaling or marketing of some sort to direct to owners. They'll tell you exactly what I said, those 80, 90 calls. Some will say in the hundreds, some will say a little lower. Every market's different, but you'll get in that 70 to 80 range. So that's a great baseline for you to understand if you're going direct to owner. So same concept for this person. Same thing. It's like, hey, what if they stopped at 50 calls? They would never got those 9. Same thing if you stopped calling at whatever it is, 5:59, 5:45, 5:50, when you're quitting at 6, you missed that last one. Also, when it comes with offers, I don't even know why this is even real. Especially like more in the retail world too. When we used to write offers on MLS, there would be, you're like, oh, this house is sitting on the market for 90 days. The average time of market's 35 days. So let's write an offer. Something's going on here, right? Either they're just unrealistic, or something about the house is making it not sell. So we would focus on writing offers on those. So it's called long days on market, right? So when we'd write the offer, there would be three other offers would come in. So we'd write the offer, follow up, give us response time, and they're like, "Oh, we got two other offers on the table reviewing." So the first thing you're like, "Yeah, right." Like, "Yeah, right." Whatever. You're just trying to negotiate. You're making it up. You're hoping they're not making it up. But whatever it is, it just happens. When you write those offers, a bunch of other people, like when people die, they die in threes. All that stuff you hear, right? So you just got to hang in there. I don't know what that part had to do hanging in there, but just weird things like this, like sticking it out to the end. So what if they quit? So she preserved in the face of a lot of rejection, knowing that it's indeed a numbers game. The commitment to outcome paid off. Uh, this person was instrumental in helping 9 people transform their lives. If you're committed to a cause that evokes your passion and commitment, you keep learning from your experiences and you stay the course to the end, you will eventually create the desired outcome. Yeah, man. Never give up on your dream. Perseverance is all important. If you don't have the desire, the belief in yourself to keep trying after you've been told you should quit, you'll never make it. So, how many of you want to go out there and buy a house? Say, I'm going to jump into wholesaling. I'm going to start flipping, whatever it is. You can't do that. It's a scam. It's not real. Who wants to deal with tenants and toilets and all this? So you hear all this stuff. Do those people own houses? Right? Talk to someone that owns a house, 2 rental properties at least. Come on, 20 rental properties. See what they say compared to the friends and family telling you it's not real. Okay, different stories, but you got to stick it through. You got to go through the bumps and bruises. You got to stick in long enough so you can gain momentum and traction, so you can start seeing results. If you Marcus Maloney, who does the Deal Finders Club with me, he took him 8 months to get his first deal. You know, it's just what you got to do. Not it's not for, some of you might get. I got my first deal in 45 days, so it just depends, right? So just say next. Get used to the idea that there's going to be a lot of rejection along the way to the gold ring. The secret to success is not to give up. Um, every one you may have heard, for every no you get, you're one step closer to a yes, right? You've heard that before. I gave us an example on another episode. My uncle, successful businessman, years and years ago, when he wanted to start his own corporation, it was big business, not just like flipping houses, but he was asking for millions of dollars, and he said he got 33 no's. That beats you up, man. Imagine being a successful business person in corporate America, going on and going off. You built all these relationships through all these years. You met all these successful people, and then you're like, you want to go out on your own and do something, and then you ask the 33 people that and they all tell you no. That's got to beat you up. Those no's can hurt. Um, so just say next. Going on to next. That phone call, text message, offer, whatever it is says no. What next? Next is a strategy in itself. Um, I take rejection as someone blowing a bugle in my ear to wake me up and get going rather than retreat. Sylvester Stallone. Cool, man. He has a good story, right? Like, I don't even remember the whole story, but he didn't give up. Um, let's see. This another guy. I'm trying to find another example here. Remember, to get what you want, you're going to need to ask, and say next, next, next until you get the yeses you are looking for. Asking is, was, and always will be a numbers game. Don't take it personally, because it isn't personal. It's just not a match until it is. I think we could kind of hang out there, right? Like that's so important. So I know there's some people on here. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it in while I'm here. If it's something totally off topic, that's cool too. Um, some famous rejections. Alexander Graham Bell offered the rights to the telephone for 100,000 to Carl Orton, president of Western Union. What use would this company make of an electrical toy, right? Electrical toy, right? What use? Um, Angie Everett started modeling at 16. She had red hair. They said you'll never be able to make it in with red hair. She made it to the cover of Glamour magazine and 27 films. Stephen King, the movie Carrie. We all know Stephen King, famous director. Um, They told them it wouldn't sell. Sold for 4 million copies. Google brought Google search, right? They brought it to Yahoo, right? They got rejected. Google got rejected by Yahoo. Technically, we should be, rather than Googling, we should be Yahooing, right? But same thing. What else? Netflix went to Blockbuster, right? They said no, right? So it is impossible to sell animal stories in the U.S. I guess famous book writer. I guess the record for the most astounding number of rejections would probably be John Creasy, a popular British mystery writer. He collected 743 rejection slips before he sold his first book. Over the next 40 years, he went to publish 562 books under 12 different names. 743 rejections. Okay? So rejection is a myth. Don't fall into it. And if you are falling into it, it's in your own mind. You're making things up in your own head. Simply just say next, move on to the next person so you get a match. I think that's such a great way to kind of end the conversation of you're just making offers on houses, right? You're giving your best cash offer, your best creative offer, trying to solve the problem of the homeowner, and you're just giving those offers out until the right person has the right need for that type of investment offer until there's a match. And what are you going to do on a daily basis to get in front of homeowners to get them their offers? That's what it's all about. If you're looking to wholesale, flip, landlord, you need to buy the property correctly or you're going to get caught with your pants down. If there's a market change or something happens, you miss a tenant, dips out in the middle of the night, fix and flip project, unexpected repairs happen. I've always been saved by buying the property at the right price with enough margin to correct any errors or problems. So that's why I've been able to stay in the business for 12 years. So don't even know what that's like so important. Like so stick with it, get momentum, get traction, and get the right deal. Stick with it long enough till it matches and you get someone to say yes to your offer, and then you'll be on your way to make some money, reinvest into your knowledge, into yourself, into your business to continue growing and getting better. It's like I said, it's a long game. So you could get some good hits along the way, but overall, real estate changed my life and dramatically in so many ways. I still pinch myself to this day. So I'd love to answer any questions. Stick around. Like I said, if you liked what you see today, please subscribe to AZREIA's YouTube page. Give us a like, leave a comment. Check out the previous 16 episodes. Like I said, all 64 principles build on top of each other, and you're building this foundation for your life and to work off of. So it's very important to at least browse through them and check it out. Otherwise, I will be doing this tomorrow. I'll come on for episode 18, probably in the later in the evening. So principle 18: use feedback to your advantage. Right. So it's like in the beginning we went through like vision, goals, affirmations, writing them down, being specific and clear, right? To mapping it out, applying what you're learning, taking action on what your goals and plans are, start going towards it. And then we started talking about asking for what you want in those goals, right? And letting people know and asking them for it, leaning into it, getting bypassing fear, and now avoiding rejection. And now after all that, get some feedback. Now you got enough ammo under your belt to be like, we'll actually talk about it tomorrow, right? It's like you're gonna start getting feedback. Oh, Mike, I don't like that offer. I don't like the way you presented it, or it doesn't sound good to me, or I don't understand your offer. You sent me out some marketing, but it didn't make sense, or it just doesn't fit for me. And you're gonna start being able to engage with people and ask them why. So now you can start you're testing out everything right now. About real estate investing or whatever business you're in, you're testing it out. You're trying. You're applying, right? It's just that when you apply, there you learn things that you won't catching a book or a podcast. These true life experiences are priceless. So now you're gonna start getting feedback. So tomorrow we could talk about that feedback. Um, and that's a wrap. So I would love for you to be a part of AZREIA. If you're interested in real estate investing in Arizona, we are your resource. Go to azrea.org. Go in our description. We do have some free ebooks, 7-day free trial of Propstream. If you're looking for skip tracing, driving for dollars app, leads does cost money every month. So, but it's very resourceful. And tonight is our monthly meeting on the second Monday of the month. We're in person usually, but December, the holidays, things slow down. But we also stream our event and when we're in person. But tonight, everything's on Zoom, so you could register at azrea.org as a guest and check it out. We're going to be doing a market update in Phoenix, a market update in Tucson, and we're going to do the I Want, I Have session where you get to hop on and say, hey, I have a property for sale, or I need a contractor, I need an electrician. You get to ask the community these questions, and then we'll have some breakout networking sessions, and we're going to do an ugly Christmas sweater contest. So I went and got myself a nice little ugly shirt. I should kind of like it. Maybe we'll wear it again. Phone. You can make a living off this. So thanks for being here, Mike DelPrete. Thanks for everything, and I will be back tomorrow. Thank you.